Good morning. This is M. Swamidas, working as Associate Professor in Mallareddy Engineering College, Department of Computer Science and Engineering. Today I am going to give you a presentation on inter-process communication. So the classical problems and critical regions, monitors and inter-process communications in client-side systems. So inter-process communication, it is a synchronizing the actions in the system. It is a message process communicating without restoring shared variables is called what in the two processes are communicating one with another by using inter-process communications. Inter-process communications, the sender sending a message and the receiver receiving a message. Sender sending a message to the destination, receiver receiving the message from the source of the source messages. So this message, it may be a fixed or variable length. So there will be basically, here you can see the sender process and here you can see the receiver process. Sender sending in information to the receiver. So these two processes are communicating by a process is called what, inter-process communication. So inter-process communication, the message, it will be represented like this. The message format, the here the message body, actual the content of the information. The remaining fields are the message formats, like what type of message it was, and the source ID and the destination ID, the message length and controlling the information. So the unique ID of the message with message type with the sequence number, priority, and usually the first in first out priorities of the messages. The first message, it will be delivered to the end. So the message pipes, so that there will be P1 process want to send the information to the P2 process by in the message format. So the message queue, it is the order in which the messages are in, whatever the order it will be received, the same order it will be delivered is called what, message queues. So it is a fixed size message. Here one it is one it will be sending and one it will be receiving, two it will be sending, two it will be receiving, right? This fixed size and the reading in any size, pipe buffer which contains any size, variable length size, right? So the message passing, it is a general method used in the IPC, inter-process communication. So inter-process communication, the same system, two processes are communicated, or the process is in one system and the another process is another system. Two systems are in a networked connection or distributed systems want to communicate one with another by message passing. In the, it may be in the same system message process inter-process communication, or it may be in the two different systems which are connected in a networked or distributed systems is called what, in message passing, right? So the both which are attempting to send and receiving the message. Synchronization, it is a message by blocking or unblocking. Blocking, it is a synchronization, block until the message being received to the receiver, and blocking receiving block until the message is available, right? So block send, that means the sender blocks the message until it being delivered to the end, and it will if it is delivered means it will send another message. Block receive means the receiver will has blocked the message, it's available to the receiver. And non-blocking, it is considered as asynchronous. Blocking, it will be considered as a synchronous. And non-blocking sends the messages to continue, right? Non-blocking receiver receiving the message are null. Synchronization, the sender want to send the messages to the receiver. It can send several multiple it will send multiple to destinations, and the sender usually expected acknowledgement receiver received from the receiver. And receiver is a natural blocked after issuing a receiving. The receiver usually before proceeding blocked indefinitely if it fails to send. And synchronization by message passing, here possible sometimes blocking to send and blocking to receive, both are blocked until the message being delivered. And it provides a synchronization. and synchronization with these combinations. One is blocking send and blocking receive, non-blocking send and non-blocking receive, non-blocking send and blocking receive. Most popular one, server process provides services to the process. It will be expected in the processing. Inter-process communication requirements are the, if a process it's called what P, if a process another process is called Q. If two processes are communicated, if P want to and Q want to communicate with one with another, they need to establish a communication from two systems, internet communication, and once connection is established, link it will be established between the process P and the process Q. It will be able to exchange the information by sending and receiving the messages. The implementation communication link, it can be a physical shared bus, shared memory, or hardware bus, and it is logical properties. Implementation, the links are established between the two systems. Every pair of communication to the process, what is the capacity of the link and message size. It is a variable size or fixed size, and the information link, it can be unidirectional, right, or bidirectional. Unidirectional means one way, and bidirectional means either sender and receiving, sender want to communicate to the receiver, receiver want to communicate with sender, right. And the link capacity is the capacity of the information link. It will be represented in the three ways. One is zero capacity, sender must wait and receiver, and bounded capacity n messages, and unbounded infinite length of sender and never fits. Direct and indirect communication. Direct communication is used for source and destination, so it might be impossible to specify the source ahead of time. And printer server example, there is a direct communication. Indirect communication, it is a more communication shared by mailbox, a queue of messages. Sender places a mailbox and pick up them. It is an indirect communication. Direct communication, it is P, it is a sender want to send a process, P process want to send a message, and Q process want to receiving a message. Properties of the communication link. The communication link, it will be established automatically. The link is a pair of communication, and exactly one link, and the link, it will be bidirectional also. The indirectional communication link, so that in the mailbox, it is an example of indirectional communication. The properties of link is established between two systems, and one system want to send the information to another system. It will be stored in the mailbox, and each pair of several communication links, it may be unidirectional or it may be bidirectional. Indirect communication link. Indirect communication link is just posting a letter into the box, and whenever the receiver want to see you, and he can view, right, that sender creating a mailbox and sending a message, and the receiver will receiving the message, destroying the mailbox. Primitives are defined: send a process and a message, and this receiver a process with message in the mailbox, right. And indirect communication mailbox, possible solutions are associated with the two process, and one process for the time to receive and another process. So the mailbox is, this is the P1 and P2 process, and Q1 and Q2 process are the receivers, right. And the mailbox can be shared to the senders and the receivers, allowing the messages, it will be placed into the mailbox. A port, it is a associated receiver to receive the information from the system, is identified with port. Multiple senders and client applications receiving the information from the server. Owners and port mailboxes. Port, it is created by the receiving process. Port destroyed by receiver terminates, and operating system creates a mailbox which overcomes, which becomes the owner, and mailbox is destroyed after owner request when the owner terminates. So mutual exclusion. Mutual exclusion, it is a process sending, non-blocking, and initialization of mutex go, and if pi executes and receives another blocking until pi resends the message. So there is a process p1 and variable repeat this mutex with message with the information sending the messages forever, right? This is mutex, right? Message passing by the mutex. And buffer, bounded buffer message passing, right? Bounded buffer message passing inside the message mailbox may consume buffer and mailbox initially k and the size of it may produce with the solution can support multiple producers and consumers, right? Buffer bounded buffer message passing. So this message passing, producer will produce the messages and consumer will consume the messages, right? There will be two variables. Item, it is an integer type, and message, it is a message buffer. While true items are producer item, it is item, producer items are in the item, and receiving consumer with the messages and building the messages and sending the information. So the messages are consumer have one is item and I, and messages if I is less than or equal to I is less than n, and I plus sender will produce the message, while true receiver will receive the messages exactly what items, and sender send back the acknowledgement, and consumer will consume the messages. So the interprocess communication with the POSIX, the shared memory get and shared memory print and same shared memory, right? These are the things, right? Examples of shared memory: match communication, it is a message based event. The system calls in the messages. Each task is two mailboxes creation by kernel and notifying. Message sent, message received, message RPC, and port to allocate. Interprocess communication, it is two processes want to communicate one with another, is called with interprocess communication. It uses mailbox to maintain the communication in the channel, so that it handles the subsystems to connect the port, and it creates two private communication ports. This client want to send the information to the server, connection is established, connection request handling the connection communication port and sharing the information, right? The communication to the client server systems. So the client want to send the information to the server. There are various mechanisms: pipe, intern sockets, remote procedure calls, remote method invocations. These are the client want to communicate to the server. There are various mechanisms: pipe, socket, internet, and remote procedure call, remote method invocations. Pipe, it is a inter-process communication. It may be unidirectional one-way or bidirectional two-way communication. There exists a parent-child relationship. Pipes are used in the network, and ordinary pipes communicate in a standard procedure, consumer style. Producer will producer and consumer will consumes. Producer writes one end and consumer reads another end. Ordinary pipes are unidirectional. Parent-child pipes are in the process, and this is a pipe which has file descriptor 1, file descriptor 2, right? Ordinary pipe, this is an ordinary pipe. So named pipe, it is a powerful ordinary pipe communicating in the bidirectional, and no parent child relationship is necessary between the communicating process. Several processes can use named pipe for the communication, so providing both Unix and Windows systems. Socket, it is an inter-process communication concatenating the address with IP address and with port number, and communication between pair of sockets. So this is one process and this is another process. Remote procedure call, it is a local procedure call between networked system stubs and client stub locating client stub and Marshall, right? So stub it is and skeleton. Client system has stub and server system has skeleton. Marshalling is converting the local calls into network calls is called marshalling. Unmarshal, it is a converting the network calls into local calls is called what? Unmarshalling, and vice versa, right? So this is used in the remote procedure call. Client want to send the information in the local application, marshalling in the remote application, networking call, and networking call into local call, right? So execution of the inter-process communication, this is the way client want to send the user request and kernel, and from the client it will send to the system, and matchmaker finds the information, port identifies the port, and he internet sends the RPC inter-process communication request and reads the communication goes from the two systems, right? This is execution of inter-process communication. Remote method communications are implemented in the Java, right, which allows one machine want to communicate with another machine by inter-process or marshalling. Marshalling, it is converting the local calls into network calls is called what? Marshalling. Unmarshalling, converting the network calls into local calls, it's called what? Unmarshalling, right? So client, this stub and skeleton. Stub, it is in the client system, skeleton it is in the server system.